a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC News brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. Less than 3 weeks now till spring, and another massive cold front has the United States in its grip from the Northeast to the Great Plains, including the Rochester area, where we started at 1 degree on Friday morning, and with the snow the night before had the usual crop of accidents, slowdowns, and people getting late to work on Friday morning. A Rochester man was arrested late Thursday night after his meth lab in his apartment kitchen set fire to the building. Police say Robert Lemley is charged with reckless endangerment and unlawful manufacture of methamphetamine. Firefighters were called out to the St. Paul Street building about 10 p.m. Arson investigators looking into the cause of the fire found the meth lab. The building was evacuated, one person suffering minor burns. Governor Cuomo's office says the federal government has endorsed an environmental agreement between the state and Eastman Kodak to clean up the Genesee River. The governor says in addition to removing pollution from years of filmmaking at Kodak, the endorsement removes a potential roadblock to the continued redevelopment of Eastman Business Park. It relieves the redevelopers and the new businesses moving into the former Kodak Park complex of any responsibility for toxic chemical contamination left by decades of Kodak's film operations. The Environmental Protection Agency signed off on the agreement reached 6 months ago as part of Kodak's bankruptcy case. Kodak agrees to pay $49 million into a trust. Part of that money will maintain the pumps and other equipment that are keeping toxic chemicals from the old Kodak Park from seeping off the site through groundwater. The rest funds removal of remaining contamination at the bottom of the Genesee River downstream from Kodak's Kings Landing waste plant. If more money is needed, the state has pledged to put in $50 million of its own on top of the Kodak money. The leaders of Batavia's United Memorial Medical Center say the hospital is signing an affiliation with Rochester General Health Systems and Rochester General Hospital. UMMC's CEO Mark Schell says the continuing trend to rising costs and consolidation in the hospital business led them to look for a regional affiliation. Officials from both organizations say patients in Batavia will be able to get more services without having to drive 55 miles to Rochester, and RGHS will likely add new jobs. The deal will take 6 to 8 months to be approved. Once it's done, UMMC joins Newark Wayne Community Hospital as part of the Rochester General Organization. New York's mid-level appeals court says State Attorney General Eric Schneiderman may go ahead with a lawsuit against Sprint. The Attorney General is suing Sprint Nextel for deliberately under-collecting $130 million in state sales tax. This is something Schneiderman says Sprint did to make its wireless plans look cheaper than the competition's. Schneiderman is suing Sprint under New York's False Claims Act. He is seeking triple the amount back. Sprint asked the appellate division to throw out a lower court ruling allowing the suit to proceed. The appeals court justices unanimously upheld the decision. Hundreds of students at Rochester's Wilson Magnet High School refused to report for class Thursday afternoon when a rumor went around that the school's Black History Month celebration was being canceled. Some estimate as many as 900 students gathered in a brief nonviolent protest before they learned the rumor wasn't true. Rochester police responded and together with the school resource officer were able to corral everybody back into class. School district officials say the Wilson faculty had talked about postponing the event so the students could get more rehearsal time, apparently setting off the rumors. A Monroe County grand jury has indicted a Rochester teenager on a second-degree murder charge. 15-year-old Russan Taylor is charged with shooting 21-year-old Samuel Gibson to death in the S&S Mini-Mart on Lyle Avenue. This happened on January 31st, and Taylor was arrested 2 weeks later. The district attorney's office says he'll be tried as a juvenile offender. He's being held without bail. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one, and we post updates during the day as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC Worldwide.